Namaste, and welcome to your Hatha Flow practice today. We're going to begin in a comfortable seat in the center of the mat. So make your way there, maybe closing the eyes, taking a soft gaze downward, checking in with the body, spirit, the mind on what and how you're feeling today. Begin to deepen into your breath, allowing everything off the mat to fade into the background. As your inhales, draw your awareness deep within yourself. Bring one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. Feeling the connection of the breath, the expansion on the inhales, and the compression of the exhales. Feeling that warmth begin to rise between the hands and where it lays on your chest. Inhaling joy and peace into the heart space. We'll spend just a few moments of breath here, giving ourselves time to drop into our practice, release everything else going on, and bring that focus to the body, the breath, and any other intention you'd like to set for your practice today. Take a final exhale, pressing out as much air as you can. Big inhale, begin to lift the gaze. Release the hands on the breath out and make your way to rolling onto your back and have some fun with it. To begin to have a heart full of peace begins with a little bit of joy and not taking things so seriously. So have a little fun as you rock back and forth, rolling out the stress, rolling out whatever you don't need to practice today, and eventually slowing down, shortening your rolls until you gently land on your back, and we'll take happy baby. So reaching between the knees to grab onto toes, ankles, shins, widening the legs and drawing the knees downward, bending the elbows, broadening through the heart space, and trying to flatten the spine. So you won't actually fully flatten the spine, but if you tuck your chin, press the low back down, feel lengthening, spaciousness in between the vertebrae. Take 3 rounds of breath here. Soft through the jaw, lighten the gaze. Release some of that intensity. And after your third exhale, taking any variations of happy baby that you'd like to begin with today. 3 more rounds of breath. Rolling it out, maybe lengthening legs out or overhead. And then coming back to center, release your feet to the mat. Walk the heels in, feet about hips width distance apart. And we'll take supine figure 4 here. So lift the right foot and cross that right ankle over your left knee. Opening the hip by pressing that right knee away. If this is enough, you begin to feel the opening in the right hip, you can stay here. If you'd like to try a little bit deeper, you can lift that left leg up, reach between the opening of the legs, and grab the back of that left leg, kind of underneath the knee. Relax the shoulder blades on the mat, slight tuck of the chin. Keeping in mind that length we felt as we tried to flatten our back into our happy baby posture. So keeping the spine long, the neck long. Gently pull that left knee towards you as you press the right knee away. And then begin to gently rock left and right here. As we open class with these postures, remember to take it a little easy, especially if you haven't had a lot of movement today. So only go about 50% of your max. as we begin class, allowing the body to open and warm up. Save that effort for later. Gently rocking the hips left and right. And then coming to stillness, release that left leg, lower the left foot to the mat. Extend the right leg up towards the sky, flatten the foot, flex and point, flex, point the foot and the toes, and then gently lower that right leg. Taking the other side, extend the left leg long and cross the left ankle over the right knee. Press the left knee away. And stay here if you'd like. Otherwise, we're going to lift that right foot, reach between the opening of in between the legs and grab behind that right knee, the lower part of the hamstring. Gently pulling that right knee towards you as you press the left knee away. Remember, shoulder blades on the mat, slight tuck of the chin as you gently rock left and right. You can rock left and right too if your foot is still on the mat. Remember, not going all the way, easing into it. Continuing to find some openness across the chest. And slowly quieting the rocking to just come to stillness. Release the right leg. Extend the left leg long. Flatten your foot towards the sky. Point the toes and then flex the foot. Point and flex. And then lowering that left leg down to the mat. Lower the knees to the left and the right. Gentle windshield wipers. Once again, a little rocking. And then draw the knees in towards your chest, grab onto your knees and begin to rock up to a seat. Again, maybe having a little fun with it. Extending the legs long when you begin to sit up for a forward fold. So keep a little bend in the knees here. Shoulders relax down the back, fingertips next to your hips. Inhaling, lifting up out of the pelvis as you ground down with the sitting bones. And zippering the low belly up. Hugging the ribs in. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, hinging at the hips, bring the belly to the thighs. Keep a deep bend in your knees if you need, and then lower the arms down. Shrug the shoulders back. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, then allow the heart to melt down over the knees. Letting the head hang heavy. Maybe begin to press the heels away from you to lengthen through the back of the legs a little bit more. And spin the inner thighs down towards the earth. 2 more breaths here. Inhale, lift your gaze, and then slowly come up to that staff pose, an L shape of the body. And then from here, we're going to bend the right knee, bring the right sole of the foot into the left thigh. Reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, lower the left arm down the left leg. Right arm comes up overhead. Exhale, cartwheel that right arm back, dropping the right hand next to your right hip, lifting up into stargazer pose. So you're balancing on that right shin, left foot can plant and left arm comes up overhead. Pull that left shoulder back so the heart is facing the sky. And let your exhale lower the hips back down, coming back to our Janu Shirshasana. Left arm down the left leg, right arm overhead. Keep the heart open, looking up over the right elbow. Exhale, cartwheel our hand coming back to stargazer. Inhaling, lifting the hips, left arm up overhead, and we'll take one more round of those. Exhale, lower the hips, lower the left arm down the left leg, right arm overhead. This time, inhale, right arm, make the rainbow over the right side, plant the right hand, lift the hips, left arm up overhead, heart to the sky. Exhale, lower the hips. And then we'll switch sides. Extend the right leg long, bring the left sole of the foot into the right thigh. Arms reach up overhead. Exhale, begin to fold over that right leg, keeping the heart facing forward, left arm up overhead. And then spin the rib cage up towards the sky. Exhale. Inhale, lift that left arm, cartwheeling it down to your fingertips to the outside of the left hip. Reach that right hip up, right arm up overhead. Stay for the exhale. Spin the rib cage towards the sky, looking up towards the ceiling. Exhaling, lowering, extending the right arm down the leg. Same thing, exhale down. Inhale up to star dancer, stargazer, I think it's called. Lifting through that right hip. Exhale and lowering it down. Last time. Keep the heart open and joyful. Exhale, lower on down to your seat. Extend both legs long out in front of you. We'll take reverse plank. Walk the hands about 6 inches behind you, squeezing the shoulder blades together, squeezing the arms in, point the toes. On an inhale, lifting from the belly, lift the hips up off the mat, plant the feet. Squeeze the legs into together, lifting from the belly. Exhale, lower the hips. Bring the soles of the feet together for bound angle pose. Shrug the shoulders, and we'll take a few cat and cow breaths here. So grabbing onto your ankles or your shins, relaxing the shoulders down the back. Inhale, lift the sternum, arch the back, look up. Exhale, curl the spine, tucking the chin, pressing the shoulder blades towards the back of the room as if you could press your heart through your back. Inhaling, lifting, expanding, looking up. Exhaling, curling in, pressing it back. Take a few more rounds of your own rhythm, tuning into the breath. Most important part of the yoga practice. Being present with the breath, breathing with yourself, breathing with the movements, and letting that life force cycle in and out. On your next inhale, coming back to neutral spine. Bring the knees together to close like a book. Lower them down to one side and make your way to tabletop. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, send the hips back for downward facing dog. We'll start with 5 breaths in downward facing dog. Take your time settling into the shape, making any movements you need to welcome yourself. In your last round of breath, exhale fully out through the mouth. Full deep breath in as you look between the hands and then make your way to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, straight spine, shoulders away from the ears, pressing out through the tailbone and the top of the head. Exhale, fold. Inhale, slow motion, roll up to stand. Exaggerate the posture as the spine lengthens. Inhale, reach the arms up at the top. Exhale, mountain pose, hands to your side. Finding a breath in, refocusing yourself, finding a peaceful stance, a peaceful presence. Exhale it out, open mouth. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. When you reach the bottom, breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, bend your knees, plant your hands, step back to plank. Top of a push-up, fingertips spread wide. Breathing here. Knit the ribs together. One more breath in. Exhale, lower the knees, lower to the belly. Inhale, baby cobra. Shoulders away from the ears, gaze straight down, elbows tracking back towards the back of the mat. Exhale, lower the forehead to the back of the mat, or to the front of the mat. Forehead down. There you go. And then inhale, lift up and back to child's pose. 3 rounds of breath here. Make it active. Tent the fingertips. Press the tailbone down. Lower the forehead to the mat. Hug everything in. Still breathing mindfully. On your third exhale, lower the palms to the mat. Lifting up off the hips, tuck the toes. Find your way back to downward facing dog. Inhale, look between your hands. Make your way to the top of the mat, forward fold. On your inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale to stand. Arms come up overhead. Exhale to mountain. Breathe. Bring one hand to your heart. One hand to your belly again. Taking a moment to feel the heartbeat, connecting the breath and the body. Again, sensing that warmth, the skin of your hand touching the skin of your chest. Inhaling peace and love to yourself. Exhaling out all that does not serve you. On your next exhale, release the hands, mountain pose. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to chair, knees bend, arms rise. Energetically squeezing the legs together, weight in the heels. Hug the ribs in, relax the shoulders. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift on your inhale. Exhale, fold, plant your hands. Step the feet back to plank. And lower down all the way to chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Your inhale brings you to cobra, up dog, you guessed it. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Allow the heels to become heavy. Press the sitting bones up and the belly towards the thighs. Inhale, look between your hands. Step the right foot forward, warrior 2. Spin, or warrior 1 we'll start with. Back heel spins down, hips squared to the top, reach the arms up. Sinking down into your lunge, elbows behind your ears if you can. Squaring the hips and the shoulders towards the top of the mat, so maybe widening your stance. Exhale, fold, plant your hands. Step the right foot back, side plank. So spin to the outside edge of the left foot. Right leg can either stack on top or plant in front of you. Plant your right foot in front of you for supported side plank. Breathe in here, building strength, building heat. Remembering to have a little fun, maybe a smile. Exhale, plant that hand. Sit it back to downward facing dog. Breathe. Inhale, look between your hands. Step the left foot forward for warrior 1 on the other side. Back heel spins down, ground down to reach up. Lifting up. And then grounding down again as you lower into the lower body, still drawing that energy up through the legs. Shoulders towards the top of the mat. Breathe. Exhale, plant your hands down. Side plank, step that left foot back and either stack it on top of the right or plant that left foot in front of you. Balancing on the right hand and the right knife edge of the foot, lift up through that left hip. Breathe. Find some peace with the posture. Exhale, slowly lower that left hand. Shift back to downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, lower through to the mat. Inhaling, cobra, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look between the hands, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to chair, knees bend, lift the arms. Broad through the heart. Exhale to stand, mountain pose. 3 breaths here, maybe closing the eyes. Focusing on that heart center. Allowing the breath and the heart rate to become more peaceful and in tune. On your last exhale, breathe it out through open mouth. And step your right foot to the back of the mat for triangle pose. Turn to face the right side, creating a T shape with the arms, extending the arms out wide. And then pivot your feet to face the back of the mat. Reaching forward with that right hand, take triangle pose, dropping the right side of the right leg or maybe to a block. Left arm comes up. Breathing here. Even though the hips are squaring towards the right foot, you're lifting through the arm and again, spinning the ribs towards the ceiling, opening through the heart. One more breath in. Stay for the exhale. Pressing down to inhale, lift up. Finding your 5-pointed star facing the right side of the mat. And then just pivot the feet to face the top of the mat so the left foot is forward now. Reach forward with that left hand, tick-tock the left hand down to the inside of the left leg or to a block. Right arm comes up overhead, finding your triangle pose. Finding a little lift, so draw the energy up, reaching up, hugging in, creating space as you expand through the rib cage. Exhale, ground down. Inhale, reach back up. Step towards the top of the mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Step your feet back, lower through. Chaturanga, knees, chest, chin. Cobra, up dog on the inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now we go to warrior two. Step the right foot forward, back heel down. Align your front heel with your back arch, and then cartwheel your arms up and open. Heart is shining towards the left side of the mat. Gaze is over the front fingertips. Press the hips open. Press the shoulders together in the back as you lift and open through the heart. Reach forward, flip the front palm. Inhale, reverse warrior. Finding a side body stretch. Exhale, cartwheel your hands to the inside of the right foot. And then walk your hands as if you're going to a wide-legged forward fold, but keep going until you're all the way to the back of the mat, finding Skandasana. Lift your right toes, lower the hips down, bring the palms together at heart center. I like this if you're watching. Breathe it out. Exhale, plant your hands, walk them back towards the top of the mat. Step the right foot back, downward facing dog. Breathe. Shanti, 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 peace. Step the left foot forward, warrior two. Heel down, ground down the low body to inhale, open through the arms. Run through the hips and the front of the body. Flip the front palm, reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheel your hands to frame the front foot. Once again, walking the hands over the side of the mat, kind of like a wide-legged forward fold, but keep going all the way to the back of the mat. And so you can bend into that right knee, lift the left toes, drop the hips, bring the hands to heart center. If you can, keep them on a block or the floor if you can. No worries. Find some lift. Opening through the hips. Peace. Exhale, plant your hands. Walk them back towards the top of the mat, finding lizard. Step the left foot back, plank. Lower through. We'll meet in downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Let it out. Be shaking your head gently left and right, up and down. Releasing the neck. Look between your hands. Tiptoe towards the top of the mat. Find a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Heel toe your feet apart and take Malasana, yogi squat, dropping the hips down between the heels. Again, palms together at heart center, elbows pressing into the knees. Stay as lifted as you need so your feet stay planted. Taking your time, letting the body drop downward, that energy dropping downward, but finding some lift. So keep the heart open here. Breathe. Maybe a little side to side feels good. And then exhale, lift the hips, straightening the legs, planting the hands. Find a wide-legged forward fold. If you'd like, you can heel toe the feet apart a little wider. Keep the feet parallel. Inhale, halfway lift, tenting the fingertips up, lengthening through the spine. And then exhale, shift the weight to the balls of the feet. Lift the sitting bone up as you lower your chest between the legs. Let the head hang heavy here. Okay, pressing that weight forward. Slight bend in the knees if you need. No locking out your joints. Let the head hang. Full breath in. Open mouth, exhale out. Inhale, look up halfway. Bring your hands to your hips. Come up to stand. Heel toe the feet together. Take your time. And from here, we'll take standing figure 4 pose. Shifting your weight to your left foot. Draw that right knee up towards center. Cross the right ankle over the left knee. Palms can be together at heart center on your hips. If you need to lift that leg up a little bit, you can. Take your time, shift the weight back as you lower your chest, lower your gaze. Breathing into that right hip, balancing on the left foot. Press down through all four corners of the foot. Sending energy through the tailbone out. Sending energy through the crown of the head, lengthening through the spine. Breathing. Finding a little bit of stillness. And make your peace with the pose. It is as it is, not what it should be. So just accept yourself here. Finding peace in the heart comes with that acceptance and being present, not letting our minds wander to where we think we should be or what we should be doing. When you're ready, slowly come up to stand. Bring that right knee with you. Extend the right leg long, and then lower that foot to the mat. Release the palms. Spend a moment here. Let it go. Exhale. Look up. Shift the weight to the right foot. Draw that left knee up parallel to the earth. Cross the left ankle over the left thigh, the left knee. Again, taking whatever hand placement feels more grounding and accessible for you. Moving that foot up wherever you'd like to place it for the posture. And then sink the hips back as you bend forward. Bending into the knee a little bit more, keeping that knee over the ankle. Ground down through the foot, and then draw that energy up. Reach out through the spine, so the top of the spine through the crown of the head, down through the tailbone towards the earth. Find a spot to focus on. Come back to your intention. Maybe even placing your hands on your heart. Bring yourself back to that warm, soft place. Shanti, 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 peace, peace, peace. Letting go of the shoulds. Letting go of the expectation to be still here. If you're struggling, embrace that struggle. When you're ready to come up, begin to stand. Bring that left knee with you. Extend the left leg long, straight leg, or as straight as it can be. Lowering through the heel. Release the hands, lower the gaze. Exhale, let it go. Breathe here for just a moment. When you're ready, blink open the eyes, lift the gaze. Inhale, arms up. Reach up, press the hips forward, little back bend here. Exhale, fold. You're gonna rinse it out. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant your hands. Step the left foot back, lower the left knee for Anjaneyasana Asana or low crescent lunge. Arms sweep up as your hips dip down. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, plant the hands. Step that right foot to meet, or the right knee to meet the left, coming into tabletop. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, send the hips back to downward facing dog. Look between your hands, make your way to the top. Halfway lift. When you get there, breathe in. Exhale, plant your hands, step the right foot back this time, lower the right knee, Anjaneyasana on the other side. Dip the hips down, reach the arms up. Exhale, cactus arms. Still find a little lift here, even though we're sinking down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, frame the front foot. Lower that left knee to meet the right. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Press it out through a curled spine. And tuck the toes, send the hips back and up, downward facing dog. Breathe. Step the right foot forward, lower the left knee. We'll take gate pose. So you're gonna pivot on that left knee and come to face the left edge of the mat. So finding kind of like a modified warrior two. So your hips are open towards the left side of the room, right foot facing forward, left knee facing the left side of the mat. Arms extended wide. And then begin to walk the right foot away from you. Turn the left toes to face the left. So the knife edge of the foot is parallel to the top of the mat. Left arm comes up as your right arm slowly reaches down that right leg. So this is a side body stretch here. The legs are active as you're drawing energy up and pressing energy down to support the upper body. Begin to pull that left shoulder back, spinning the ribs towards the ceiling, finding length in the side body. Breathing here. If this is too much for your neck, you can look down at your right leg. Inhale, come up to center. Bring the feet together, standing up on your knees for a little mini camel pose. Hands on your hips, thumbs together at your low back. Squeeze the elbows together. Inhale, look up. Micro back bend here, just a little bit. Exhale, coming back, just standing on your knees. Send the left foot forward. Pivot on that right knee. We'll take gate pose on the other side. So finding your lowered warrior two. Left foot facing forward, right knee facing the right side of the mat. Begin to walk those left toes towards the top of the mat. And then when your leg is straight, pivot that heel. So now your left toes are facing the right side of the mat as well. Arms extended like a T. Drop the left hand down the left leg. Reach that right arm up. Side body stretch in that right side. Strong in the legs. And pull that right shoulder open, gazing up if that's okay for your neck. Finding some space in both side bodies here. Spinning the ribs towards the ceiling. And of course, breathing. Trying to deepen the inhales. Controlling the exhales. Finding peace. Inhaling back. Arms down. Knees together. Taking a little mini camel. Elbows together, relax the shoulders down the back. Slight tuck of the tailbone. Inhale, lifting through the heart. So find some length in the spine here. Looking up, maybe opening the throat. Exhale, lower to your knees, finding hero pose. Clasp the fingertips behind the low back. Draw the hands down the back of the spine. Feel the opening in the collarbones. Inhale here. Exhale to rabbit. Slowly fold over the knees, lowering the forehead to the mat, lifting the hips, rolling to the crown of the head, but not putting too much weight in the head here. Arms coming up overhead, pressing down with the tops of the feet, legs active. Exhale the arms down, sinking the hips down, finding child's pose with the arms back towards the feet, palms up. Exhale, breathe out. Inhale fully, plant your hands next to your face, begin to sit up. And extend the legs long out in front of you. You can widen the feet here. We're going to take a forward fold. So see what your body's calling for. Would you like the traditional fold over legs in front of you? I kind of feel like widening my legs here. So tune in and take whatever variation might feel good for you right now. Find your staff pose first, long through the spine, pulling the legs into their sockets, toes pointing back towards you, inner legs spinning down, toes facing out. So active in the legs. Pressing down with the sitting bones, lifting up through the belly, the torso, the chest, the tuck of the chin. Bring our hands in between if you're taking the wide-legged version, or up if you're taking the legs together. Inhale, exhale, fold. Taking your time, hinging a little bit more at the hips, bringing the belly forward. And then when you've found your spot now, you can allow the spine to curl. Let the head hang heavy. Allow the arms to lower towards the mat. Keep the legs active here as you allow the spine to relax. 3 breaths. Last exhale, breathe it all out. Roll the spine up to sit. Bring the soles of the feet together. Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose. Inhale straight through the spine. Exhale heart forward as you fold over the legs, maybe grabbing your feet, gently helping yourself fold a little deeper. Again, being mindful of where you're at and following your body first before any cues or suggestions from me. Breathing deeply. 2 more rounds of breath. Final inhale and exhale. Coming back up. Bring the knees together and gently lower onto your back. And we'll take fish pose. You can also take bridge if you prefer. For fish, you can keep your knees bent or the legs flat on the mat. Palms face down next to your hips. And then just walk them underneath your bum, palms down. Elbows kind of begin to squeeze in. And as you inhale, press into the forearms and the hand to lift the chest off the mat. The head will follow. Gently rest the back of the head on the mat. Find some openness in the throat, maybe pointing the toes. If your feet are planted for this version of Matsyendrasana fish pose, keep the legs active, pressing the feet down. No weight in the head. Enjoy this opening of the chest, the throat. Breathe deeply. Exhale peace to yourself. Inhale again. Exhale peace to others around you. Final inhale. And then exhale. Release peace to the world, the universe, the collective consciousness. And then just slowly come up, press the forearms into the mat to release the head, lower the neck, down the lower back or the upper back. Wiggle the hands from underneath you, lowering all the way down. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead, take a stretch. Point the toes, inhale, lengthen through the side bodies, the front body, the back body. Big breath in, exhale, knees to chest, hugging yourself, squeezing the knees in, maybe rocking left and right. And then coming to stillness, gently lower the knees to the left, taking a supine twist. Extend the right arm next to you to the right and let the gaze look over your right fingertips. And to soften down towards the earth. Softening the eyes, maybe halfway closing them. Inhale the gaze towards the ceiling. Lift the knees back to center. Hug them in towards your chest again. And then gently drop both knees towards the right. Supine twist to the left. Extend the left arm long. Look over your left shoulder. Feel the body becoming heavy to release into the twist. Softening again the gaze a little more. Turn the face neutral towards the sky. Bring the knees back up to center. And we'll take one more figure 4, supine version. Again, crossing the right ankle over the left knee, lifting that left foot. Hugging that left knee in towards you as you press the right foot away. Let's take a stillness. Find some stillness this time so we won't be rocking. And allowing yourself to maybe hug it in a little deeper. If you'd like any final breaths through sensations in the right hip there, the right glute, outer thigh, wherever you're feeling that. Soften the jaw, tuck the chin, lengthen the spine. Stay as long as you need. Gently switch sides whenever you're ready. Maybe you hang out here for 5 minutes or so. Taking the same care on the other side whenever you get there. Shoulder blades grounded on the mat. Equally pressing the left knee away as the right knee pulls in towards you. Spend equal amounts of time on the second side. And gently begin to release out of the posture. Taking a moment to tune in and noticing if there's anything final your body is hoping for before the end of class. If you're ready to release down, bring the soles of the feet together, allow the knees to splay open, finding butterfly pose. You can allow your hands to rest at your side, or maybe one hand on the heart and one on the belly, one final time. Breathing into that deep connection of breath, heartbeat. The knowledge of the heart space and the gut. Finding harmony, a little bit of joy, a little bit of letting go of what should be. Be welcome to take your Shavasana in this posture. Or as you're ready, gently, slowly extending the legs long. Releasing the hands from the body to rest peacefully at your sides. Relax the awareness of your breath. Allow the eyes to soften and close. Allow yourself to drift into Shavasana. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Gently awaken the body, some small movements to the fingers and the toes, taking up as much space as you need to stretch and roll to one side as you're ready. Eventually pressing yourself up to a comfortable seat at the top of the mat. Inhale together, exhale together. Wish you peace and open-heartedness through the rest of your day. Thank you for joining me on the virtual mat.